What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Masthead Brewing Company, and they are out of Cleveland, Ohio, and this is their bourbon barrel-aged vanilla Underverse, and this is the 2023 release. So this is a bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout with vanilla beans. It comes in at 13.9% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is just under 5 months old. And I picked this one up at Red Wine and Brew in Mentor, Ohio, on a day trip to Ohio late last year. So in the description box, I'll post a link to the beer haul video I did that contains all the goodies that I picked up on said trip. And I picked up 2 different barrel-aged beers from Masthead. The first one was their bourbon barrel-aged baseball bat, which was essentially a bourbon barrel-aged Imperial peanut butter jelly stout. Very good. Very good. I really enjoyed that one. However, I was looking forward to this one because their Underverse series is very popular. In fact, I have a bottle of the base beer from 2018 in my cellar. I never drank it. And usually, any beer in my cellar, I usually buy a couple of them. I'll drink one fresh and then age it. That one, I just put in my cellar. Never drank it. Don't know why. So maybe we'll I was going to say revisit it, but that's not, I've never had it before. Maybe we'll check that out later this year. However, I wanted to get this one because it has adjuncts. On the back here, we'll read the spiel, then I'll get into the review. It says, somewhere in the blackness of space there lies another verse, the Underverse. Upon crossing this threshold, one returns changed. Some call it enlightenment, while others call it Nirvana. Our bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout has returned from this journey transformed. During its time in bourbon barrels, it mingled with Madagascar and Ugandan vanilla beans, imbuing it with a depth of flavor and complexity not attainable on its own. So 2 different kinds of vanilla beans in barrels, probably for like a year, 13.9%. You crack it open, shit goes everywhere. You got to grab the Bounty, the quicker picker uppers, because, ooh, hang on, it's kind of rushing out of there a little bit. Let's see where it goes. Now, this has been kept cold the entire time that I had it. Grabbed it from the Red Wine and Brew. They only had it for, I think it just showed up the day before. It was 8 days in the can when I grabbed it. So we'll see. We'll see how this one ends up. Well, it's looking thick, but not crazy thick. I'm going to try to go with a hard pour here to try to generate a head. Doesn't seem like I'm generating any kind of head here. Oh, yeah. All right, a little bit of cheat. Yeah, it smells awesome, but it also tasted quite delicious. Anyway, so yeah, that's more of a dark brown. It did not pour out pitch black. On camera, it's going to look pitch black. In person, dark brown. Hold it up to the light. Yeah, it's more like a root beer. It has like very dark brown, but at the bottom here, it's more of a like a medium colored brown. Had about a finger, now just a thin film of, again, just straight up brown colored head. Alcohol sheets around the sides of the glass. Like it's gnarly how they're like clinging to the glass. But I would say for some kind of barrel-aged beer, this looks proper. A lot of times it's hard to hold the head with adjuncts, and then the fact that it's almost 14%. Let's get a nose. Oh, that's intense. Holy shit. Wow. So the bourbon in this is fucking, like, in the aroma is burning my nostrils. Like, it is intense, spicy, peppery bourbon. Tons of vanilla, both from the vanilla beans and probably the barrel itself. Oh, it smells fudgy. Yeah, lots of chocolate, fudgy like dark chocolate. There's caramel, there's toffee, molasses, brown sugar, a lot of caramelized sweetness. Dark fruits too. Cherry for sure. I can't believe how big the barrel is. Like, I thought with the vanilla being in there in the base, I'd get like more of a pronounced like vanilla and base kind of feeling. And the vanilla is pretty big, but the barrel is so just like, it smells boozy, like real boozy. A little bit of that like leathery tone. You sometimes people get leather and tobacco. I get it very occasionally, but I'm getting a little bit of leather here. Has a slight umami kind of aroma. Not quite soy sauce, but like approaching that. Again, this has been kept cold the entire time, under 5 months old. I don't anticipate it, being super oxidized or going sideways or anything. And this is right on my darker beer fridge at 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyway, it smells really good. but very intense and very boozy. So I'm curious to see what it's like on the palate. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Deliciousness. Deliciousness. That's what this is. Shout out to Kyle over at No Hut Beer Reviews. Longtime friend of mine. Great dude. Great channel. Go check him out if you haven't. The Vanilla Police. He is a guy that apparently has never had enough vanilla in his life, because there'll be a lot of people that drink certain vanilla beers and they'll be like, oh, I get tons of vanilla. He's like, I want more vanilla. He always wants more vanilla. I wish I had an extra can to send him, because if he would say that with this beer, then I just think his palate's broken when it comes to vanilla. Love you, Kyle. This is fucking heavy on the vanilla. Here's the thing, though. Shout out to Paul. Here's the thing. Haven't said in a little bit. Here's the thing, though. The body on this is fucking superb. This is full body. When I took that first sip, I don't know if you could see my reaction or like the little grunts I was making, but this is full body. It's thick, it's syrupy. It's not like crazy like Pulpit Rocks, Media Noche from Well Works, and some other beers that I've had in the last year or so, but it's not far behind that. And it's crazy because it's barrel aged plus the addition of vanilla. I didn't think the body would be as thick, but it is. The mouthfeel, good carbonation, mild to moderately carbonated, kind of smack dab in between, maybe more approaching moderate. It's smooth, slightly creamy on the palate, but the body outweighs the mouthfeel, even though the mouthfeel is nice. The taste, I'll be honest with you, the nose was so extremely like overly complex that a lot of times this is where I'll be like, yeah, the nose was better, everything's dialed back, but I think I like it. Man, for lack of a better word, the taste is more simplistic than the nose, even though there is a decent complexity in the taste. It just doesn't compare to the nose. Forefront, though, lots of fudgy chocolate, fudgy dark chocolate. There's caramel, there's toffee, that brown sugar, the molasses. Again, caramelized sugars, tons of it with that fudgy chocolate. There's even a little bit of like a slight like roasted malt character as well. As it continues to pass through, though, the vanilla kind of hits me like halfway through the palate, and a little bit of dark fruit. So I'm kind of almost getting like, if you've ever had like raisins that are covered in like yogurt covered raisins. Like if the yogurt was like a vanilla flavor and you had raisins, but in this case, maybe even cherries, like a cherry, like a dark cherry covered in the vanilla yogurt, like a candy. It's not maybe that sweet, but it's kind of that characteristic, and it's vanilla for sure. Yeah, so the vanilla hits me halfway through the palate and just kind of dominates through the back. Now, in the nose, I said this was boozy, and it smelled like it was going to be boozy and very intense from the barrel. It still has a good intensity from the barrel, but it's not overwhelming. There's a nice like oak tannin dryness, I would say like mild oak tannin dryness. There's peppery bourbon. I think it goes hand in hand with all that caramelized sugar I was getting at the forefront. There's a little bit of like a nuttiness as a whole from this beer. Very slight umami vibes to this one. Leather and tobacco really didn't carry over that much. The finish on this one, semi-full on dry, mild bitterness, but it's dry enough to kind of, listen, this is going to be a rich, decadent, sweet beer, but it's not cloying after taking a bunch of sips. It's very easy going down on the palate. And here's the kicker. Again, I said it was going to smell boozy, or I said it smelled boozy, and I think it was going to be boozy, and the barrel's, kicking me in the face and everything. In the chest, big warming. On the palate, not as much. Like if I was doing this blind, I would probably guess like 11.5%, 12%. No way I would guess 14. It's just, the body would indicate 14 perhaps, but like everything else indicates much lower than that. It's just a really fucking delicious vanilla bourbon barrel aged vanilla stout. Or Imperial Stout. Yeah, Joe, let's settle down with saying vanilla twice. There's nothing else to really say. I get a little bit of that sticky lips from the sweetness of this one. And again, even though this is rich, decadent, and sweet, it's not cloying. I think the bourbon, shout out to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Sierra Hotel. I mean, I converse all the time on Instagram, and he likes barrel-aged adjunct stouts more so than their non-barrel-aged counterparts, because he likes to say that he feels like the barrel age kind of stops the sweetness from getting to the point where it's cloying. And I think that's what's happening here. If you didn't have the barrel aging, it was just a vanilla Imperial Stout, I think it'd probably be too sweet. I think what's happening on the back of the palate is that barrel is really kind of balancing it out and stopping it from finishing too sweet and too cloying. And it's the hero of the beer. Shout out to Kyle for a second time. This time, I'm not dissing him. I'm not dissing you. We got Kendrick and Drake. No, I love Kyle. A lot of people call him out on the vanilla stuff because he's never had a vanilla beer, I don't think, that has lived up to the hype in his own mind. I love you, Kyle. Kyle's a great guy. Like I said, go check out his channel. Good dude. Anyway, yeah, I think, I'm going to drink the rest of this, clearly, because it's in a can and not going to fucking be able to really cap it. So I'm just going to pour the rest in here. I'm going to take it to the head. Probably take me a couple hours to finish this, and I'm still going to be feeling real good. So, Masthead, their bourbon barrel aged vanilla Underverse. High 4.5 out of 5, 4.6 out of 5. This is fucking delicious. And as good as that bourbon barrel aged baseball bat, peanut butter and jelly barrel aged, this is definitely better, more in my wheelhouse. And just, man, the body on this is just fucking superb. Superb body on this beer. Absolutely superb. It is fantastic, for sure. Okay, price point availability. I paid $12.99 for that can. It was also $12.99 at the brewery. I went to their Instagram and saw that. I'm fine with that. $13 for a 16 fluid ounce, 13.9% bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout with vanilla beans. Is this good? Yeah, all day, every day. And availability, I have no idea with Masthead. Go to their website. They might have a beer finder. If not, I'm pretty sure they're in Cleveland, they're clearly in Cleveland. They're in Ohio. They might make it slightly outside the state. We don't see them here in the Buffalo, New York area. So, yeah, man, this is just a good. I want to take one more sip. Make sure that 4.6. I'm not underselling it. Maybe overselling it. That's delicious. Now I'm getting like chocolate covered cherries. Cherry cordial. This is fucking fantastic. Anyway, if you've had this beer before or anything within the Underverse series, post in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to go drink the rest of this and enjoy every second, but also be kind of bummed because I only have one beer left from the beer haul from Ohio late last year. It's a double-barreled, no, it's not double-barreled. It's a huge Imperial Stout aged for 2 years from Jackie O's. I'll probably review that in the next couple months, but then after that, might have to make another trip to Cleveland in the next, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. We'll see. If I do so, I'm definitely going to pick up more Masthead stuff, more Jackie O stuff, more beers from Ohio. We will see. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.